It's time for 13 Folds Radio on Rhode Island Free Radio with Dave Death and Mike Liberty. We're rolling up the best in news and entertainment and smoking it on the air.
Life's a race that I'm gonna win. Yes, I'm gonna win. And I'll light the fuse, and I'll never lose. And I choose to survive, whatever it takes. You won't pull ahead, I'll keep up the pace. And I'll reveal my strength to the whole human race. Yes, I am prepared to stay alive. And I won't forgive. Vengeance is mine, and I won't give in, because I choose to thrive. Race.
Welcome everybody to 13 Folds Radio on Rhode You are catching us on our inaugural broadcast over here. We just made the move, and I got to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening to the podcast. We're kind of shaking a little bit of rust off, but once again, thanks for joining us. This is Mike Liberty, joined here in studio by Dave Death.
Hey.
And the lovely Devin.
Hey.
You got, wow.
This is new.
All right, we're breaking Devin in tonight. This is her
virgin,
That was her first time ever speaking into a microphone.
but not holding one.
Yeah. So yeah, this is like I said, we've been at this for a while. I don't know, if you've come over from our old station. We won't name names, but we've
been about 2 months.
Yeah, it has been. And we're excited to be here. I'm actually really, really happy. I feel like we got a little more freedom over here.
Rhode Island
free radio and all. And you know what?
And we got Tony Jones.
We got the highly esteemed Tony Jones behind the console for us tonight. Why don't you take the ball and run with it a little bit, Dave? Tell everybody a little bit about 13 Folds, the magazine, and 13 Folds Radio, and what we're here to do.
Well, 13 Folds Radio is really an extension of 13 Folds Magazine, which we are a entertainment magazine for the cannabis community. And what we do is we take the very best in entertainment and news, and we package it all up to make it actually entertaining for people.
God willing, right?
And we put our own little spin on what's going on around the world, in the country, in our wonderful little state of Rhode Island, and abroad. That's why we have Devin. She's our broad.
She's our broad. And now, what's the mission statement of 13 Folds?
The mission statement. God, I wish we could swear on here.
I wish we had written a mission statement. It sounds like such a professional question.
I mean, the mission statement is really to be the very best media vehicle for those in the cannabis community. And I mean, we are very libertarian, and we find ourselves attracting a lot of the libertarian demographic. They like what we have to say, and I guess we kind of fit into that groove there.
Well, we're both registered libertarians, and
you're a registered sex offender, though. So.
Yeah, well, not in Rhode Island, so honestly, you didn't have to say that just now.
I thought I had to tell everybody that.
No.
Our inaugural broadcast.
Devin already knows. She signed the waiver already, so it's all right.
I never signed anything.
Yeah, well, it's because you're a guy. You're not in my demographic.
So yeah, speaking of demographics, we're very libertarian. We work hand in hand with Regulate Rhode Island and Marijuana Policy Project, and our push is to get legalization through on a national level. But we're focusing here in New England and Rhode Island right now, and we're working on that. Working on supporting the bills and canvassing around town, and really being the voice for all the local the local community that really supports the end of prohibition.
But beyond that, and this is what I say, when we're out at an event or whatever, I say to people, we use the cannabis issue as kind of our foot in the door to talk about the broader kind of civil rights libertarian cause, the movement, if you will, that you see growing here in the country. I'm a big Second Amendment guy. And I know that, obviously you're a big cannabis guy, and we kind of generally support the libertarian platform of kind of, I'll leave you alone, you leave me alone.
Stay out of my backyard.
And so I think really our big thing is that's what we're covering.
And a lot of it, I mean, with the magazine especially, what we do is it's hysterical. I mean, anybody who reads the magazine, I'll tell you, it's one of the funniest magazines out there. You read through it, you're going to laugh even at the ads in the magazine. Those are funny. And really what we're doing is we're taking a humorous approach to really kind of trick people into learning things. And it seems to be working. I mean, we actually convert a lot of people that are opposed to legalization and a lot of things we discuss, because when you take an aggressive approach with the opposition, they tend to get offended and you never really make any headway. But the approach we take, we're just a regular person. We don't get offended if you don't agree with our beliefs. We don't try to push our beliefs down your throat, but we just want people to understand the facts. And when you're talking to the opposition and you can approach them in a friendly manner, I find that you make more of a difference. Actually, 10% of our demographic doesn't even smoke marijuana.
Oh, and to all our new listeners, you should know that Dave makes up 100% of his stats on the spot.
80%, actually, 80%. And 90% of all statistics are made up on the spot, actually.
50% of the time.
50% of the time.
To that point, not the statistics point, your real point. I think it's also worth mentioning, when you start talking about, oh, you guys are a marijuana magazine, that it's easy to lump us in with the High Times, kind of the party marijuana magazine, and when I've been talking to people where it seems where we raise eyebrows, where we get people's attention, is that we're not High Times. We're not selling bongs and making and Cheech and Chong references. We're actually doing this thing from a libertarian point of view, trying to actually affect change, trying to end this ridiculous war on drugs, trying to restore, civil rights to the citizens of the people. And like I said, we're really just using marijuana as our foot in the door with a certain group of people that we're trying to mobilize.
And prohibition is actually a very social issue. It's based on, when you look at the majority of the arrests that happen when any drugs are concerned, the majority of them happen in lower income areas. But when you look at the rates of use per different demographic, they're very similar between whites and blacks, and it's the same.
So like with everything else, everybody's doing it, but only the poor black people are the ones paying the price for it.
And we really don't support that 100%.
Is that another? You even lost me on that last statistic. Devin, what do you got for us over here?
No, it's just
I'm an awful person, awful person.
Yeah,
but you guys, our new listeners will get used to me. I mean, pretty much. Let's explain the radio show. Now, the radio show is kind of the extension of what we have with 13 Folds magazine, and the radio show is really where we get to have fun. We're not the people who jump on the bandwagon when something's going big. We're the first playing the new music out. We're setting trends, and we're taking news that everybody else is pussyfooting it around. Can we say pussy on the air?
Pussyfooting. Right. It's not. It's a different pussy. It's a different organ altogether. It's the pussy foot. So.
Unrelated to the clam, but anyways,
the Ku Klux Klan.
Isn't that a restaurant on the Cape?
Used to be. They got shut down.
They got
shut down by the Black Panther Party. Oh wow! What are we? 5 minutes in, we're already off the rails. This show's we're gonna get canceled.
Well, and with the radio show, this is where we really get to talk about a lot of the other politics and our entertainment news, stuff that doesn't make it into the magazine. This is really, we're kind of a hybrid show, because Mike actually will do the research, and he reads the Declaration of Independence every day, and
not every day, just once a week.
Once a week.
On Sundays, I make my children study it.
And he's going through newspapers and stuff like that, and, watching the news all the time. I watch He-Man videos and stuff like that, and I practice my Skeletor impressions and stuff like that. So,
and we're going to bring that
very unbalanced.
We're going to bring that all on this show. So we will be bringing in Skeletor as well as like national leaders of the Libertarian Party or the spokespeople for the Marijuana Policy Project. These are all guests that we will bring in, and like I said, including those from Eternia. So we are willing to embrace people from beyond even this plane of existence. Would you agree with that statement?
I would agree with that, actually.
Devin?
We're very accepting, I think.
Nice. That's good.
And actually, I believe we're going to be playing our PSA from Eternia for you guys at some point during this broadcast.
You know what? This actually feels like a good place for a break. But don't go anywhere. We've actually got a lot on tap tonight. Going